Hello, my friends. Here I am, Mrs. Jennings. I'm sitting in my classroom at school. You probably recognize it. And everything's the same except you're not here with me. So it's kind of funny that I'm here without you. I wish you were sitting across the table from me. But since you're not, we're going to do the best we can to make this work. And I'm kind of excited to take on this new adventure. So here we go. I'm going to start off today. I just want to talk to you a little bit about what to expect from me and my lessons that I'm going to do with you over the next couple of weeks or however long we're out. You can expect that I'm going to post a video just like this. And if you're watching this, you've figured out how to access it. I'm going to post a video on Mondays and Wednesdays on my LAP site, Google Classroom. And please be sure, obviously you did if you're here, but please be sure to check your grade level and make sure that you're choosing the correct grade level when you watch the lesson, because I do have lessons for first, second, third, and fourth graders, and I want to make sure that you get the right lesson. So you're going to watch a video on Monday and Wednesday. You can do it anytime you want because it's pre-recorded. We're not doing it live. And then at the end of the video, I will likely have some kind of practice work that I want you to do. And there's a good chance that that practice work might be written on my Google Classroom site. So make sure you read it really carefully because I'll post on there any practice problems that I want you to do. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will have office hours where you can contact me through email. We can set up a phone conference. We can set up a video chat. I'm happy to help you. I want to see you and interact with you. I really am going to miss you over the next couple weeks. So just let me know how I can help. But you can expect to see lessons on Mondays and Wednesdays. So with that said, let's get going with our first lesson. Today, we're going to talk about something that you might say, Mrs. Jennings, we've worked on this so much this year. And it's true. We've worked on this concept a lot. But the reason we've worked on it a lot is because it's super duper important. I think it's actually one of the most important skills that readers need in order to read at higher levels, like in middle school and high school. So today we're going to work a little bit more on practicing breaking words into syllables. And over the next 2 weeks, we're going to start today with just being able to recognize how many syllables a word has. And over the next couple weeks, we're going to delve deeper into how we break the words apart by syllables and how we can tell the word parts based on the syllables and the pronunciation based on the syllables. That's why syllables are so important. They're kind of the key to understanding bigger words, and that's where you're at. You're good readers, and we need to be able to tackle any word, and not even if we don't recognize it. So that's why syllables are so important. Today, we're going to take a look at some words and practice with this concept. So I have my whiteboard here. I'm going to do a little bit here. You're not here with me to practice it, so this lesson will be much shorter than it would be if we were sitting in a small group. But if I have this word, okay, so the word is apple. I want you to think about how many syllables it has. You all know this, that there's lots of different ways that we can figure out syllables. The obvious way that I think most people are taught is that you can clap them. So with apple, we would say apple. You can hear that break in the syllables. I like using my chin and going like this, apple. And the number of times that your chin hits your hand tells you the syllables. So apple, okay? Or some people use their arm and they go apple. You can do any of those three. I, even as an adult, often have to clap it because it helps you kind of feel the rhythm of the word. We'll talk more on Wednesday about why that is. But with the word apple, you know that this word has 2 syllables, right? Apple, 2 syllables. Next word. The word is piano, okay? Notice apple and piano have the same number of letters. The number of letters in a word has nothing to do with how many syllables it is. There are short words that have multiple syllables and long words that have, 3 syllables, and some of them could have 5 or 7. So number of letters doesn't necessarily determine syllables. So say the word piano out loud. Do you notice how many syllables it has? Piano. It's kind of that rhythm of the word. You can sense it. You can also try with your chin, clap, use your arm. The word piano has 3 syllables. Piano. Okay, next. It's a longer word. The next word is the word understanding. Okay, you can kind of hear when I say that word that it has a lot of syllables. Understanding. Do you hear it? How many syllables do you think it has? Write it down. See if you agree with me. 4. Understanding has 4 syllables. Understanding. Again, on Wednesday, we're going to look at how to break the word into syllables. But for today, the main goal is that you're able to recognize how many syllables the words have. That's where we're starting. So for your task today, I want you to take out this packet. I sent each of you home last week with a packet that looks kind of like this. It has this clear folder, and then it has several papers in it. The papers are something that I want you to save. These are not to be written on. These are going to be used because this clear folder right here, you can slide the papers in, and then I put in a dry erase and a wet erase pen, and you'll use these pens to write on here so that we can use them over and over again. Kind of cool. So you're going to have this paper. You can either use wet erase or dry erase pens. If you use the wet one, which is this, the vis-a-vis, you'll have to use like a wet rag or a paper towel or something to wipe it off at the end. I also did put some notebook paper in. So today we're just going to use the notebook paper. You're welcome if you want to just use it to write on it with pencil, or if you think it's kind of fun to use the plastic folder and write on it with vis-a-vis. That's fine too. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. I want you today, I want you to use this with pencil and paper because I want us to save this. We're going to look at these same words tomorrow. So let's just use the paper today with pencil. Because I have to show this to you, I'm going to put it on my whiteboard. And we are going to make a paper to organize words by the number of syllables. So we're going to use the 3 words that we just practiced with. This is how I want you to set your paper up. Get your paper like this. Again, we're not using the plastic folder, just the paper and a pencil or a pen. And I want you to take the top along the top blue line and draw a line all the way across just to make it kind of distinct. And then we're going to divide our paper into 3 columns. So you're going to draw some lines down. It's going to be imperfect. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just divide it into 3 columns. At the top of the first column, we're going to write that first word that we did. The word was apple. And I'm going to write a 2. This is really important because this column will be your column for 2-syllable words. Next, if you remember, our 3-syllable example was the word piano. Hey friends, let's make sure we're spelling these words correctly, okay? So I want you to be really careful and look at the words and make sure that you're writing them letter by letter so that they're spelled correctly. When we're practicing, we have to make sure that we practice correctly. Otherwise, it could confuse us later on. Okay, and the last word is understand. And again, I want you to write 4. So make sure you have 2, 3, and 4 syllables. Okay. Next, I have a paper here. I'm going to post this paper online so that you can look at it, or if you want to pause when I'm done or backtrack so that you can get this on your screen and just leave it on your screen, that would work as well. But the task that you have today is I want you to take this list of words and I want you to put all of these words into a column with 2, 3, or 4 syllables. So for example, if I just start up here in the left, my word is kindergarten. I have to figure out, does this have 2, 3, or 4 syllables? For me, I like to use my chin and the hand, so I go kindergarten, kindergarten, 4 syllables. That means I'm going to go under the 4-syllable column and I am going to make sure that I correctly spell kindergarten. And I will tell you, a lot of teachers don't even spell kindergarten correctly. So watch it really carefully. There's a tricky letter in there at the end of the word. Okay, kindergarten goes right here in the 4-syllable column. Next word, enjoyable. Okay? Enjoyable. That has 4 syllables again, so I'm going to write that word here. Then you might get to a word like right here in the middle of the page. We have funny. Funny. I would write funny right here. Okay. So at the end of this lesson, you are going to have a list of 2, 3, and 4 syllable words. Tomorrow, we're going to use those words to take a look at how the syllables are formed. That's your task for today. I am excited to see you again when we're back here, but until then, I'll see you online. And please make sure that you email me if you have questions. And probably the most important thing is make sure you're reading at home. It doesn't matter if you're listening to an audiobook. That's awesome. Have a parent read to you, read to a younger sibling, read your own book. Sometimes you can watch books be read by other people on YouTube. There's lots of different options. So make sure that you're reading and getting your iReady minutes in. And I will see you again on Wednesday for our next practice lesson. Have a great day.